Hi everyone, I'm Chef Aurélien. So today we're going to make a masterclass about the chicken for meals. This chicken is coming from the east part of France and is a free-range corn-fed chicken, so very high quality. In France it's very famous because it has the color of France. The chicken has the blue feet, the feathers are white and the top of the head is red, so it's like the flag of France. So I'm going to torch the chicken to remove all the small feathers that are left on the chicken, and then we're gonna start cutting it to make it on piece to make it ready for the cooking process. The aim is not to burn the skin or to cook the skin, it's just to burn, to remove all the small feathers that are left on the chicken. So we're going everywhere, just quickly. So now I'm using a tissue to remove all the burnt feathers that are left on the chicken. So using a medium knife, really sharp, we're going to start to cut the chicken into pieces. So we'll cut the breast, the thighs and the wings. For the breast, we'll remove this bone right here to lose less meat as possible. So here what I did, I just cut the meat here to follow the bone here to remove it. And here, done. So this is the bone that I wanted to remove to cut the breast properly. So then I'm gonna cut the wings. So just right here you have a joint that we just need to follow. Okay. For the thighs, we're gonna cut here. We just need to follow the meat. We pour the bone like that to follow the meat and to not lose any meat on the chicken. Here we go under like that, come back and we follow. The first side, and the other side we do the same. Then for the breasts, we have the bone here that we just need to follow to take each breast to cook it. And then right here we have the junction of the bone that we're gonna cut. Okay, so we keep the bone aside to make a broth. For the thighs, we're gonna cut the top of the thighs and we're gonna separate those two parts. For the breasts, we're gonna separate the small wings from the breast, like that, and just clean properly the breast if needed, to remove the extra skin that is on the breast. So here we have the final result of the cutting process of the chicken. So we have the wings, the thighs, the breast and the bone to make the broth. So here we have our beautiful thighs from the chicken that we cut earlier into pieces. So obviously it's a different cooking process for the thighs because we will cook it on the bone and it's much more longer to cook than the breast. So I'm gonna season the thighs with spices and oil, and then I'm gonna mark it into this pan, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven at 160 degrees for approximately 45 minutes to confit the thigh. I'm gonna put cumin powder, turmeric powder, coriander powder, a bit of salt, and some olive oil. I'm gonna stir it in order for the spices to season well the meat everywhere. It's very important that the spices are going everywhere onto the meat. in order for the flavor to be everywhere. Okay, so now our pan is hot. I will add some oil, just slightly. So I used olive oil. And then I will mark the chicken on the skin side, just to roast a bit the spices and to give more flavor. Okay, so now the chicken has a nice color, so I will remove it. So the aim of this operation is not to cook the chicken at all, it's just to mark the chicken and to roast the spice a bit. So now we're gonna roast the vegetable garnish as well. So it's simple garnish, onion, carrots and celeriac. And that. We'll put a bit of salt. Put 2 garlic cloves, pressed like that, for the flavor. And I will add a bit of thyme as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking for this caramelization of the vegetable to give a very strong flavor of vegetable to the chicken. I will deglaze the vegetable with chicken stock that we've made earlier. And then I'm gonna pour this mix inside the oven tray that we'll use to cook the thigh. So this is very full of flavor. And I will add some Moroccan confit lemon. So I'm gonna pour this here, that will give a nice taste to the chicken. And I'm gonna put the chicken on top. Skin on top. And I will put this in the oven for approximately 30 to 45 minutes at 160 degrees, cover with aluminum foil. The meat will cook on the bone and will kind of confit, and then after we'll be able to remove the meat from the bone very easily. The meat will be super tender, full of flavor with all the spices we put. So here we have our thighs that have been cooked for 45 minutes in the oven. So we're gonna remove the aluminum foil and see what happens. So the smell is really beautiful. So we can see that it's nicely confit because the meat is not attached to the bone. So I'm gonna place the thighs on the plate, like that. And then we're gonna strain the jus that is really full of flavor. And we're gonna finish with a bit of the bouillon. So here we are, the chicken thighs confit. So here we have our breasts of chicken that we cut earlier. I'm gonna season them very simply, very basically, with salt and black pepper in order to cook it in a pan to make the skin crispy and the chicken cook properly. So black pepper and salt, and on the skin side, so I put the pan on high heat, putting some oil, so grapeseed oil, and then waiting for the oil to be very hot. Then we're gonna mark skin side first, and then finish with butter in order to cook the breast properly. So if you want to check the temperature at home to be sure that the breast will not be overcooked, you can use a thermometer and you bring the breast up to 63 degrees. 63 degrees is the temperature for the breast to be perfect. Juicy, not dry at all, very tender. It's hot, so as I said, we will mark the skin side first. We hold a bit to have the skin very straight. Up. I reduce a bit the heat in order for the meat to cook and the skin to not burn. And then I will add some fresh thyme and some garlic that I just crushed like that to have only the flavor of the garlic. So in the middle of the cooking process, I will add some fresh butter in order to give a nice color and flavor to the breast. So here we can add the butter. So now the heat is on medium because we want to bring the butter to almost brown but not brown. And then we're gonna put the butter on top of the chicken like that to cook the meat. As you can see, the color start to change to become nice golden brown. This is exactly what we want. I'm gonna flip the breast to check the other side. Okay. So the skin starts to become very, very crispy. So now we're gonna leave the chicken to rest, as all the meats, when you cook a meat, it's good to give a resting time to the meat for the temperature to go inside the meat to the heart of the meat. So we're gonna let it rest for approximately 4 minutes and then we're gonna cook it again to finish the cooking process. So now the chicken has been rested for 3 minutes. We're gonna put it back in a pan to finish to cook it at the right temperature. So we're gonna add just a bit of butter to finish it. For about 2 minutes. Continue to kind of feed the chicken with the butter to make it really juicy, tender and well flavored with the garlic and the thyme. So the heat is medium, just to finish it. There is a simple trick to check the cooking of the chicken, is using a cake taster. We're going to put inside, and as it is in steel, we can feel the temperature. So we put it inside at the earth, we let it take the temperature, and then we remove and we try on this part of the body that is super sensitive, and we see that the chicken is hot inside. So here we have the final result of the breast. So it's well cooked. Now we're gonna cut it and plate it as simple as it is. Me, I like it with a good chicken jus, really tasty, that is made out of the chicken meat. To cut it, I will make kind of little cut here as well, and cut it right in the middle and open it. As you can see, it's really tender and juicy. Put in the plate, like that. Put a little bit of Maldon salt on top, so it's a really fine salt. And then we put the jus. So this will elevate the taste of the chicken.